IPMNation.com.
Live from the Outpost Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Brought to you by IPMNation.com. Get ready for the gong heard round the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see if I get this right. Is it really the 333rd episode of the number one rated show here on IPNmission.com? You're in to All Natural Being, the gong, as you just heard, around the world. Broadcast as it happens, thanks to our friends at Wirecast, right here on IPMNation.com, and now multicast live on Facebook, YouTube, over at allnaturalbeing.com, and on the new Brian Brawdy app. But however you come to hang with us, we're always pumped to have you with us live from the Transitional Radio Uplink here in Columbus, Ohio. What a place it is. Rebroadcast. I can't even say it with a straight face. Rebroadcast on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the usual suspects. Let me just say, I love it here in Columbus. Greetings wherever you are here in the Garden of the Mortals. What a gig it is, winning or whining. It is up to you and me. Because life, it's our labyrinth, our shot at running the table. Not to get sidetracked in someone else's pigeonhole, but our shot at running the table as we see fit. The hell with your critics. Time to ignore them and own your primal scream. Not placing it on a back burner, front and center, right on your lips, right where it belongs. That's why we're here, to be your friendly force, your blue force, always putting your heart's highest priority top of the list, reinstalling and reinstating the true wit and wisdom, I love to say wallop, of your inner whisper, rebooting your robust, finding your ferocious, all in time to out-brutal the brutal that is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal you on a daily basis, and to bring your own bold once and for all. But before we hit it this evening, hello to my friends here in the United States and Canada, Mexico, the UK, those in Ecuador, China, the Philippines, Brazil, India, Australia, Germany, Italy, and France, Nigeria, Turkey, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Belgium, Sweden, Israel, South Africa, Egypt, Puerto Rico, Kenya, I think I said Kenya, Netherlands, Colombia, Greece, Ireland, Peru, Poland. Can't keep them all straight. To those joining us from all over the globe, it really is great to have you with us. I truly am fired up to be driving your bandwagon, to be your virtual hitchhiker if you're out and about on the go, but to always be your biggest fan, to always be avidly you. Before we jump in tonight's show, kicking off the new week, I got to ask, why would you let anyone hijack your cognition, play you like a sock puppet, a marionette? Because the days of needlessly torturing ourselves by being someone else's tool, they're over once we decide to take the time and put life into our own hands. So what are we waiting for? Here's our opportunity to mortal up. So what do you say? Let's go kick in some doors. And I'm very excited about the show this evening because we're trying something new. We'll get to that here in just a few minutes. We're trying something new. It's going to be a new segment. I hope it's a segment that we have every evening. We'll see how it goes, but we're going to get to that here in a little bit. And I have some different taglines that I want to run past you. See, that would be a great open for this segment in the show. It's going to be a 20-minute segment, but we're hoping that it's something that happens 5 nights a week here on All Natural Being. We'll be making the official switch over to transitional radio, I think in about a week. I think October 1st, whenever that is. I think it's about a week away. So, but you'll still come to find it at ipmnation.com/live3, I believe it is. That's the home of transitional radio on the internet. We'll have more to talk about with that as well. So I want to hop over in the thread, see what everybody's up to, see who all's with us this evening, see if I turn the volume down. And I laugh to myself because people say, you need a bit of a checklist. Well, I do. I have to tell you, just to be able to get things to go the way they want. So we should talk about that tonight. Do you have a checklist? Not so much a to-do list, but just little things. I remember my friend John Burgess, who was a pilot. He'd say, no, you got to walk through and do the same thing all the time just to make sure you don't miss anything. And that was most certainly something that's benefited me here as I get ready to go every evening. Did I do this? Did I do that? And I have to tell you, along about this time, when I see that we've been up and running for 7 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it is, I'm just like amazed. But a lot of that, the reason I bring it up, a lot of that is to the credit of Wayne Noel. Wayne is just a brilliant guy, all things AV, audiovisual, all things internet, all things web, that kind of thing. So he makes me look good every evening. So, Wayne, thank you again for that. Let me say good evening to Janile and to Josephine. Thank you so very much for joining us. Henry, thank you. Wayne, thank you so very much. Dallas, nice to see you. Thank you so very much for joining us. Susan, nice to see you as well. I was really glad to see that you were feeling a good bit better this week, Susan. So congrats. David Ray, nice to have you back. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Also, Kevin, thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. And we're going to be kicking around a segment that, as I said, and we're going to get into it here in just a few minutes, I should have had a checklist for last Friday night when I missed the 4th art show reception. No way. All right, but how did you do? You may have missed the reception. I see you're giving me a broken heart and turn to the emoji. Do I not have my fingers on the pulse? I can tell that emoji is a broken heart. Can't get this kind of web acumen anywhere, right? So, Janelle, I hope maybe you still won, but you didn't have a chance, or you missed the reception. So let us know how you did overall. That would be really cool. All right, so let's get into this evening. One of the things that we want to do, you're welcome, Susan, very much. One of the things that we want to do on All Natural Being is we talk about a friendly force. We talk about a blue force, right? We talk about the ability to have a show where people can feel like, look, whenever I come to the show, they're always got my back. They've always watching my 6, no matter what I want to attempt there, with the exception of knocking over a lemonade stand, right? But we're here to support you in almost anything that isn't a felony. I think that's fair to say. So we want to build a show that's going to be that friendly force, that's going to be that blue force. And with that in mind, my photos will show, Janile says my photos will show through January 4th. Oh, so you missed like the kickoff, but not necessarily if you won the award or anything else. Well, congratulations. I'm very excited for you. I'm sure you'll do great, as you have in other competitions that you've entered, Janelle. You do great work. I'm sure you'll do fantastic here. All right, so here's what I'd like to talk about this evening. In about 2 minutes, we're introducing not only a new segment called, drum roll, let me see if I can get a drum roll, see if I even know how to do this. I need a rim shot right at the end, right? That's what I should get as a drum roll. And then you'd hear ding, right? Or a cymbal or something like that at the end. So here's the drum roll. The new segment's going to be called Hanging with Henry. So you go, well, Bri, how is that barely new? Good evening, Joseph. Thank you for watching. Hope everything's good in Colorado Springs. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. So you say, Hanging with Henry. That doesn't sound like a new segment. Henry calls in and hangs all the time with us. But thanks to the good folks at Telestream's Wirecast, here's what's going to happen. And we might as well go ahead and just start having it happen now. Well, let me tell you some of the intros so that people here can vote as to what intro you think would be the best for us to have to kick off Henry's segment. Good evening, John. Thank you so very much for joining us. All right, so my first one is, I have one that cleans the oil in my truck, one for the water I drink, another to purify the air here in the studio. Why wouldn't I have an opinion filter? Hanging with Henry, the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking. Okay, so you go, oh, great. Okay, so I understand that. I see what's going on here. Thank you, Susan, very much. John, thank you very much. You go, great. Oh, so you have a new intro to introduce the fact Henry's going to be calling in. You'd be half right. Now, here's another one I have. Intellectual intoxication without the nasty morning after headache and dehydration of a hangover. Hanging with Henry, the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking. So if you have one of those two taglines, you're like, oh, hi, Candace. Thank you for joining us here on All Natural Being. If you're going, yeah, you know what? There's one particular tagline that I like over the other, or maybe you could suggest something. But here's what's going to make it all different. So now, if I pay attention and act like I know what I'm doing, please stand by. What is new about tonight's segment? What is totally new about tonight's segment? You ready for this? So let me do this. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, da. All right. So here's what we're doing. And you may think to yourself, okay, great. But it's Henry live here in the thread, not calling in, actually here in the thread. Henry, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, Brian?
See?
Hi, everybody.
You haven't teased this all night. And let me just say, you go, oh, Bri, Henry's a damn good-looking guy. I have nothing to do with that. And you go, oh, this signal, pretty tight. Yeah, I got nothing to do with that either. This is all thanks to Wayne. And I should give the good folks at Telestream's Wirecast a little bit of credit, Henry, wouldn't you say?
I would. You might want to do that. Yeah.
When in Rome, right? So we're working out. John says, hey, Henry, please, everyone here in the thread, say hello.
Hi,
This is
John.
Henry. Now, you probably recognize his mugshot. Good genes. Yes. Good genes. I love that. All right. So, and again, thanks to Wayne. Henry, I should show you this. I mean, since you're here, right? We brought you on for hanging with Henry, but we don't have time to talk to you about that, guys. Okay. We're showing you all of our new tech. You ready? Drum roll. Hold on.
You should.
You're going, Bri, how do you have it? All right, now I go like this. Look at that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go here, clear the thread. Oh, you're right, Wayne. A lot of work. No, listen, stick around. It's going to get a lot better here once I figure this out. Okay, so Henry, there's our new All Natural Being logo.
Wow.
And then Wayne's going to go, could you have removed the lower third any faster? All right, so then we go back here. Now watch this. Here's Henry. Then we go, dun, da, 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 da. Yeah, and that is Hail to the Chief. For those of you listening at home going, what the hell is that song Brian is humming? Let me say good evening to Alice. Hello to you as well. Mitzi, thank you for joining us. Dallas, I think I've already said hello. Wayne's. So here's the little thing, Henry. If you're watching the thread, Wayne sends these little eyes because he's like, you and I worked on this for 3.5 hours. Don't you dare screw this up, right? So he'll send these little eyes, right? They go, what? I'm watching you, Brian. I will drive down there. See, now I got to know to clear the layer when Henry's not on. I'm trying, Wayne. Joseph says, too much stimulation. Okay, well, for Joseph, Henry, don't go anywhere. Joseph, I think, wants to slow down a little bit. Little heavy metal air guitar. Thanks to Jamie and Candace. I think Candace is here. Joseph, John, thank you very much. All right.
Do they make decaf Red Bull?
Yeah, boy, I wish I could. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get you on screen. Let me get me off of here. Yeah, I wish that were the case. All right. Susan's going. Love the energy tonight. Yeah, I'm on my way to the hospital tomorrow. So, right, I figured let's just go out with a bang. Not hospital like it's up in the air. Anyone doesn't know what's going on. It's, they have this little hockey puck, as you know, Henry.
Yep.
Little thing goes on the top of my. And I think it's fair to say, since I've blown 5 minutes bragging about how great our tech is here, we should let you go over another 5 minutes. So you're still going to get your 20. In any event, this little hockey puck, they put it on my head, and they go click, 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 like a scan of coal.
Uh-huh.
Or a coal of scan. See, that shows you my fluid levels are off. Like
go.
a coal of a can of skull. And what happens is it adjusts it to let the right amount of pressure in my brain.
Right.
I'm due for a tune-up. Right? I'm going to go in tomorrow. I haven't checked under the hood. You know what I mean? It could be a catalytic converter.
Oh, clean up
Whatever
the
that
fuel
is.
injectors, just
Right, clean up. Heavy metal band, man. That's me. Clean up the fuel injectors. You never know. That could be it, right? Maybe they're like a can of Fix-A-Flat. Or, I love this guy with the commercial, the Flex Seal. He cuts a rowboat in half.
That's right.
Uses Flex Seal, and he can tool around the lake. Just hit me with a shot of Flex Seal. That'll stop all the spinal fluid from leaking, because I'm not normal when my fluid levels are right where they need to be. Well, I'm the last person you want to be subject to if my fluid levels are off.
It's probably
That's
true.
all I'm thinking.
Probably true.
It's probably very true. All right. So, Henry,
Yes.
here's what we're talking about. Hanging with Henry. I get a lot of texts, emails, people sending me instant messages going, oh, if you get a chance, could you ask Henry, what does he think about this? Or I really dig Henry's energy. I really dig Henry's train of thought. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm sitting around thinking, wait a minute. What if I could read some of those emails, right? I could read some of those things on air.
Oh, there you go. Put me right on the spot.
And then you could put you right on the spot.
Yeah, I like
right.
that.
Right. Oh, that's a great idea. Put you right on the spot. Put you right on the spot and go, oh, no. So someone tweeted this question. Someone did that question.
That would be perfect.
I thought so, too, right? Because people can interact with you. And then Wayne goes, well, if you're going to do that, let's put his mugshot up on TV, up on the thread. So I'm like, great, let's do it. So we won't have, because I'm just checking with everyone here in the thread if it's cool, we won't have questions, tonight. So it's just kind of like a pilot, like a test. We'll have questions for the next time you're on.
Okay.
But I wonder what you think of that as an idea.
No, I think that would be a lot of fun, actually. It really would be. That's one of the things I've wanted to do is be able to interact and
Okay.
with the technology. And yes, I'm in Ecuador, so this is really kind of fun. And to be able to go ahead and do this and answer questions, and which hopefully will, really encourages people to start thinking and start writing questions down.
That would be great. Oh, Henry's blushing. Candace says here in the thread, Henry's blushing. He could very well be. Could very well be. So here's what I've said. And some people might go, really? The greatest thoughts in the history of thinking? Yeah, I love taglines.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, some of the things that you say, why couldn't I say the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking?
Well, there might be a long line of people that just might disagree with you. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So you've seen the show.
Yeah.
So you're a frequent watcher is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Throw me under the bus.
Hey, I get frequent watcher miles, huh?
Frequent watcher miles. John says the bromance is real. Well, John, let me say this. Pretty soon we're going to figure out how to have 3 cameras. Then you watch the bromance, right? Because we might have, here's what I was told. We can have up to 8 people, Henry.
Really?
8 people can come on. Their mugshot can be on TV as well,
Wow.
or on the feed as well. So we'll have different people like Dana Lee.
Absolutely.
Dana's just jumping in. Maybe Dana wants to come on. Maybe John wants to come on. Or Candace. That would be cool,
Oh, that would be fun.
I think.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's just what I'm thinking, is how we could do it. People could send in questions. And as I say, the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking.
Mhm.
And a lot of the things that you talk about, a lot of the things that you write, John says, I'll join in.
Oh, wow. That
Good
would
to
be
know,
fun.
John.
Yes.
As soon as I catch up. Who don't think. There's also a lot of people that don't think. Dana, I was so nice to see the picture of you today. I think it was a Halloween hat with all the scars across your forehead. I don't know what that could be. Well, I felt an instant bond with that photo. Susan wants to play, Henry, so we can have Susan in.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Oh,
Dana
yes.
will be. I know Dana. Dana will come on and do stand-up. I know she will. All right. She absolutely will. Dana says, I'd love it, so it doesn't surprise me. So here's the thing. Because some of the things you say cause people to stop dead in their tracks, that's why I think I'm allowed, and other than the fact that I'm the only writer for the show, I'm allowed to say I think that the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking, because you cause people to derail themselves. Joseph Haggerty says, a great thinkers club. Joseph, I would love it if you would join.
Yeah.
Jack Skelton. Dana, yeah, I got to get one of those hats, because if I forget to wear the hat with all the scars, I can just go me.
Right. There you go.
Right?
Yep.
Right. Right. That's why I say I have a face for radio. All right. So, Henry, that's what I think. I say the greatest thoughts in the history of thinking, because you cause people to derail themselves. They're clipping along. You know, everything's going great. Ego's running the show. They don't even know.
Yeah.
You throw a little wrench into the plan.
I try.
Right? And now they got to think on their feet.
That's right. Yes.
What do you think?
I love that. No, I think it's
Okay, go.
to me, yeah, that's what it's really all about. Is just taking a look at what we take for granted every single day,
Mhm.
and start thinking about what it is that we actually do and why. And that's the whole point behind all of this.
Well, now talk to us a little bit about traditional radio. I got you. It's so nice. And let me just say, I'll show you this before we get into transitional radio. And it also sent me this really cool little, let me see if I can do it. Maybe this was over here. But this little pyramid. You see it on that? So, Dana, thank you very much. Dana says, I got you. I'll tell you what'll happen. There'll be a knock tomorrow morning at the door. And it'll be like a UPS guy, Henry.
Yeah.
Or UPS girl, FedEx girl. Please tell Gabriel I said hello as well. That said my respects. What'll happen? Oh, now Wayne's going to be yelling because I didn't clear the layer. There we go. All right, sidewalk closed. Let me go back. See, it's just easier. There's too many moving knobs.
See that? See, he has that
but in
effect
any
on
event-
everybody. You see that?
But what? Claire, look, I don't know if you're looking in the feed. Wayne is in the feed going, clear. I'm telling you to clear. What do I got to do to get you to clear? But here's what will happen. A FedEx guy will deliver a hat tomorrow. I know, Dana. It'll deliver. So I'll wear it on air. And it'll be a hat with scars.
Yeah, I love it.
Face for radio. I'm going this Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving. What is wrong with me? I'm telling you, the fluid level, it's a real thing. I'm going this Halloween. Maybe I'll still be doing it at Thanksgiving. But this Halloween, I'm going as Frankenstein.
Oh, there you go. The bolts in the neck and the whole 9 yards. Huh?
I have to get the bolts. That's a good point. I have to get the bolts. What's this? See, Wayne, I cleared it. I have to get the bolts.
Okay.
But I have all the scars. Yeah, Shelley, no clue. Wrote Frankenstein. No clue that I would end up with more scars than the monster. Orgonite. Thank you, Dana, very much. I caught my little pyramid. I take it with me. John says, you're going to need a studio assistant to run half the boards. John, who are you kidding? I need a studio assistant to run all the boards. Okay, Wayne, thank you. And you know what I love about your brother, Henry?
What's that?
Never airs our stuff in public.
Oh, no.
It's not like he would put in the thread, will you clear it, then do the change? Right? It's so nice of Wayne.
Yeah,
he always pulls me to the side.
Yes.
know,
Private office.
Private.
Exactly.
Not going to out me in front of everybody.
No.
Right? No, he pulls me to the side, sends me like a private text. It would never, right? He's over there tweeting right now. If anyone knows in the area of Brian lives, could you get him to go over there and clear the layer? All right, enough about me. The headband with the attached bolts. That's what I need. Now, it helps neutralize EMF. Is that my pyramid or the headband with the attached bolts? Because I think I can use them both. Kelly, good evening. See, all I said was Wayne is probably texting Kelly right now going, will you go over and tell Brian to clear the Henry layer, please? I'm telling you. Henry, see? Kelly says looking good.
Oh, thanks, Kelly.
See? Oh, and Kelly, in case you missed it, he's live from Ecuador. Yeah. Michael, thank you so very much, Brother Herrick, for joining us here at All Natural Being. Yeah, live from Ecuador. It's Henry G. Noel.
Yeah.
So, Henry G. Noel, let's talk about transitional radio and why I think that's so important as we move forward into a very uncertain future. You have to admit that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the whole objective here is to change. I mean, how many people have you listened to who have said they wanted to, let's hold a prayer group and let's change the world to more love and more peace. And people are interested in trying to do this. They really want to see change. The problem is that they don't realize the change has to begin with them. So that's really what it's all about. If you start walking the talk, you start living the way you want to see the world, that's how the change begins. And we can't do that until we unload a lot of the garbage that we carry around with us all the time. Take a step, drag Henry, take a step, drag Henry.
Sure.
That's what we have to deal with. And it's just trying to get the word out. And transitional radio that's the avenue that we're going to try to use to get the word out, between your show, my show, our show, whatever we can put together. And the people we bring in, let's get the word out there. Let's give people the taste of what it is they really would love to see.
And I think, at least my hope is, we'll start off with a handful of shows, but there might be other people that have shows that you would welcome on transitional radio and go, oh yeah, we talk about the blue force or about the friendly force.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's exactly right, and that's what's going to take. It's a community. It's going to take a community to make these changes. So,
very cool. Candace says, "BB missing person alert," which, given my just how my mind works, I have to go back to the flashing yellow light. Oh, dude, Wayne's going to go, why didn't you clear that layer? All right, I'm telling you, I'm not going to last very long at this. No, try. Going to get the word out. Thank you very, John. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, as I'm sure Henry does as well. All right, so Henry, transitional radio. Talk to us a little bit about who might be interested in doing a show. I mean, you have a fairly eclectic group of people.
Well, and I want to build on that. I mean, to me, that's really what it's all about. I mean, you and I, we talk about the same stuff, and maybe a little bit different approach, but we talk about the same stuff of people waking up and thickening their skins and not take all of this stuff so serious. I go about it looking the way we think and the way we perceive, and start to get people to start thinking about these things that we follow and believe is so real. Our senses, for example, and trying to bring people in that have avenues. People with magazines that publish magazines that the stories that they can carry over the area and get the message out across a larger field.
Okay.
I would love to bring in some of the gurus out there that are dealing with spirituality and change. Mm-hmm. And trying to convince them to come in and actually do a show, to either take an hour or two or a couple of hours a week, or even to be available for interviews. And so that's part of the concept here, is whether it's a show that we're just talking back and forth and bantering, or whether it's a show where we're actually giving out information on what to do, or it's interviewing other people that are into this internationally. Because there are several people that are out of Germany, several people out of Spain, out of Russia, that I would love to be able to get their input. And so this will be a perfect avenue to do that with.
Now, Henry, you're coming in loud and clear to me, but I got a couple people say that they've lost the audio.
Okay.
You're coming through the Wirecast to me.
Right.
You're going out to the radio station.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Let me see. No sound. Henry, are you out there?
I'm trying to be.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I can hear you. Henry, are you out there? Dana Lee, what? All right. So let's just see, even as we work this out, because your audio is coming in loud and clear now.
Okay.
There it is. Wayne says, it's back. So we'll have to look at that, because that's a ghost in the machine. He came back on when you changed the screen to him. He says, I hear you now.
Okay.
He's back. All right, cool. Well, let's try this, just so we know, because if we do a split screen, so if I go like this, anyone in the thread will tell me, and then Henry, could I have you say a word or two?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, if we can figure out what's going on with all of this,
that would be great.
Yeah.
So can anyone hear Henry now? He's back. Yeah, but I want to make sure that now, once we cut to this screen, Wayne.
All right.
See if anyone's still said.
So
Henry, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, and let's test this out and see. Yeah, I'm watching the circle, the loop, as Facebook is trying to click in. It's hard. I can't really look at that screen because of the delay.
Right.
So
there's no. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's do this because people are sick of looking at me. For some reason, Wayne, we lose Henry's audio when I click over to nothing but Henry, just Brian. Then only no. All right. Well, now, as long as they can see you, that's what we're talking about. All right. So, Henry, give me another one.
All right.
The lost year.
Yeah.
Boy, Susan, I know exactly the lost year. I'm coming up on 2 years since a brain surgery. Dana Lee says nothing.
Nothing at all. Okay. Well, let's see what's happening. Is it possible from the startup? Because I mean, you had muted the mic so that I didn't kind of burp on the microphone or something, and as we led into the show, that was not my graphic. So
no, I don't think so. You're coming in. It shows you're coming into Wirecast.
Okay.
Smile, Henry. Susan says, "Smile, Henry."
Yeah.
I can hear it. There he goes. Hold on.
Yeah, we get there. It's just a bit.
Thank you, Dana. Probably too many layers. Boy, I wish that were true.
Clear the layers.
I don't have clear the layers. Joseph, okay, I'm getting a thumbs up. It's back when he's on the screen. So let's just leave you on the screen.
Oh, great.
I'm easy with
Let
that.
them get sick of looking at me now. Go ahead.
Now it's better. There, Dana. All right, so we're going to leave you on the screen.
All right.
At least for a couple more minutes before we have to run. So if you would, finish what you were saying about transitional radio, because Dana says she's in.
That would be fabulous. Because part of getting us to wake up, and what I've had to do in order to really get the wake up call, it was a take. Comedy to me is a great way to deal with it. Laughing is a great way to reduce the stresses. It gives you a different point of view. It gives you a better perception and in your way of thinking. And that's what I love about comedy. And so I think that there is no reason at all that would not be an avenue for Dana to be, because it really has to go. We have to cover all the gamuts, all of the things that we're doing. And present it in whatever way we can. So yeah, absolutely, I would love it.
So let me say this. Thank you, Susan. You're right. Rome wasn't built in a day. So Henry, if you could because I want to put up your logo and have people in the thread, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Healing through humor. I love it. That's a very cool tagline, Dana. Hold on 1 second. So here you go. And then I'm gonna clear that layer. So it's just your logo. And then, Henry, if you could give us a couple words.
Sure, absolutely. I can't see the logo yet, so that's okay. We have that bit of a delay, but my system is there's the logo. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Now, can everyone in the thread, can you still
hear me?
Hear Henry?
Yeah.
While the logo is up. Because that'll be helpful if you could let us know.
Exactly, because this gives us an idea of where the bugs are and what we have to work out. And
Candace says you're gone.
I'm gone.
Okay, so we'll figure that out. There you go. We'll put you back on. All right, that's better. The silent type.
The silent type. That's it.
No. All right. So when we switch off, nope, just Brian. All right. Well, thank you all. No. Do you have his mic muted? I can't have his mic muted because everyone can hear him now.
See?
Hi, Alice. Thank you very much for letting us know. Okay, Henry, if you would, try again.
Sure, not a problem. Thanks, everybody, by the way. Well, before I just get closed out of this thing, I really do. Thanks a million for everything, and for the patience, and for all of the encouragement. And again, when Brian was talking about writing and getting the questions in here, since I can't see them in the feed, please send them in advance, and I would really love to do that. It's a great way for me to really hone those skills that I really need to do. Brian's been around, since dirt. And so, it's working well for him. So I'm still trying to grasp all of this stuff and hiding things up my sleeves and doing the things that need to be done. So,
all right, well, don't worry about hiding things up your sleeves. But here's what I do. We will figure it out. And then maybe if you can come back tomorrow night, Henry, depending upon your schedule, Wayne and I will work this out through the day and see why it is that if we switch the camera off you, and I know Wayne, he's busy trying to figure it out right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
You know what I mean? He's just like, oh, there's got to be a way.
Yep.
Dana says, you are so welcome. Thank you for sharing the love, wisdom, and concern.
Ah, so welcome.
There you go.
So welcome.
Well, Dana, you and Henry should catch up and talk about having the show on transitional radio. I think that would be huge.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Susan, thank you very much. Henry, as you can probably see in the feed, Susan's just talking about tomorrow. And they're just, I don't think it's going to be anything big. I think they'll go in and go, yeah, you know. But here's the thing. All this writing I've been doing the last year or so, it could very well be with the fluid levels being off.
Wow.
I know, right?
Get those balance, and let's now.
Then what good will I do?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I have to tell you, pull the rabbit out of your hat. I have to tell you, I'm enjoying being a maniac. I love the amnesia.
You're enjoying having the excuse to be the maniac.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Ashley will say to me, or friends will say to me, "Did you just say that?" Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. We were on the other night. Henry and Wayne would ask me a question. What's that password? Is that it? Sure. You bet. Why not? It might work. Might crash and burn miserably, but it might work. You never know.
Exactly.
All right, so we're leaving your mugshot up on camera. Dana Lee says, sending love and prayers to you all, especially to you, Brian Brawdy. Thank you, my friend. We were doing, yeah. Did you see Susan?
No.
She says, playing the brain card. I know, Susan, right? And I have like a little skull. I don't want to turn off. Yeah, I'm playing the brain game. That's true. I got brains all around me. Not my own, mind you, but just ceramic brains, rubber brains, little glass brains. I love that. Henry, you should know, Dana says she's going to send you her number.
Thank you. That would be great. I would love it.
All right. So I'm waiting for the studio phone to ring at any moment, and it being Wayne going, hey, I think that's what you did. But I have to be honest with you. I think you look great.
Well, so do you. Well, thank you.
Well, you can't see me. I could be taking my clothes off right now. No one would know. That's good. Oh, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's going to be a good bit.
You're going to take your clothes off?
No.
I was going to say, wow.
No. Well, perhaps. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a clothesline up with some beach towels.
Oh.
And they're going to be right under my chin. So when it cuts to me, no one will know. Maybe I am.
Oh, I don't know. What are we going to do with you? What are we going to do?
We just got to make sure it's not going to just turn the camera on behind me, because that would probably out me pretty soon as to what I'm wearing. I know, John. He may let it go to his head.
That's it.
So little left in my head, Wayne. I have to tell you, brother, I will take, it could go to his head. Please. It's mostly a vacuum. They scooped all kinds of stuff out of me. So I would hope it would go to my head. All right, Henry.
All right. Good.
Thank you. I'm sorry that we didn't perfect the audio.
I can't believe what you guys have done. I mean, like I said, to have the video live from Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Coming in through the transitional uplink, radio uplink.
Uplink, there you go.
I,
right. In
this
Kelly's front yard.
Yep, yep. This is
Technically.
phenomenal. Pretty much it is. Yeah.
In Kelly's front yard.
That is good. Oh, Abby Normal. I love it. There you go.
Young Frankenstein. Oh, I'm telling you, that's what I'm going for. Halloween. I think he's a little taller than I was, though. So, Henry, my apologies. We will get this figured out. Wayne, be prepared to be reprimanded as soon as we speak. We will. And another thing Wayne is saying, could you please put some duct tape and just hit your mark? Could you just stand? No, I don't think I can. So, Henry, sorry that I screwed this up. We'll figure it out.
This is great. Thank you.
But at least we got to see you.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Right?
Who knew? Who knew that you could actually do this? I mean, I thought we were told the technology was not there yet. So to do this, and the fact that between you and Wayne and Blair, you actually have done the impossible.
I'm still blown away that you're in Ecuador.
Yeah, I know.
It'd be a good bit is if we panned the camera and you were like at a corner here in the studio.
Oh, there you go.
Well, he's in the Ecuador part of the studio.
Ecuador zip code, that's right.
There's zip code, the Ecuador zip code.
Although we don't have zip codes.
Wayne, see, now Wayne's calling me out. Come and get some. John says, will you still be a part of IPM Nation? Yes. IPM Nation 3, Henry, as I understand it.
Yes.
IPM Nation 3 is now, or will be like in a week, transitional radio.
Correct.
So to come to transitional radio, you can always hit us up at ipmnation.com/live3,
right,
which I also believe is /transitional radio.
Yep.
So we will absolutely be a part of the IPM Nation family for sure.
And the audio will all be, obviously, the audio copy of all of this, the recording of it will be available all through the iHeartRadio and all of those others, as at least the way I understand it. But the video will that be going to iTunes?
I'm surprised it's making it to the camera, given all the technical stuff. Who knows? No. Yes. It will be going to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
See, there you go.
All the usual suspects. YouTube, Twitter.
Wow. I'm just amazed. You guys are just spot on, man. Guys, right on.
Well, see, it does me no good now to give Wayne all the credit because we're having trouble with the audio. But it's my fault. Whatever's going on with the audio is my fault. Whatever the good stuff is, that's all Wayne.
Okay.
He's still threatening me here in the thread. Come and get some. Joseph says, an excellent worldwide premiere.
Thank you.
We are. Think about it.
Worldwide.
Can I ask a question? Is there anything about the Coriolis effect? Do toilets, when they flush south of the equator, really spin differently than the way they flush north of the equator?
Yes, they do.
So we could do a bit where we could get a video camera. You flush a toilet, right?
Yeah.
It will spin one way. I'll flush a toilet up here.
Yep.
It'll spin the other way.
Exactly. That's exactly
that.
Right.
Now that's a world premiere.
Yeah, if you ever really get a chance, and hopefully you'll come down as zero latitude, right on the equator. It's such an experience because you just stand on the one side of the equator, and it's exactly what it is. The water flows out differently in one direction, and then south of the equator it goes the other way. And right on the equator, you can balance an egg on a nail head, and it's really kind of cool. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, that'll be a world premiere. Henry, you should know, if you're looking here in the thread, John says, by the way, on the bright side, this is the best Henry sound has been yet.
Oh, well, thank you, John. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Whew, been worried about that.
Now, here's what we'll be working out for tomorrow, is you'll be able to hear calls when they come in. Will you be able to hear the people calling in? So who knows? I thought we'd be able to hear you. So let's work on getting you heard. And then we'll see if we can take calls.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, empty. Joseph, you know what, Dana? Are you still here in the thread, Dana? You need to reach out to Joseph. You know what? Can you see the thread, Henry?
I can, yes.
Yeah. He says, empty, I hope.
Empty, I hope.
If we're going to flush toilets. And Joseph, is my comedy muse. He was the one for the dueling banjos. I know, it's hysterical. He was the one with the dueling banjos. Okay, Henry, I'm going to switch. Don't say anything now.
Okay.
Because I'm going to switch off so people can see me playing heavy metal.
Oh, all right.
And then I'll come back. Don't say anything. See? Joseph Haggerty, heavy metal. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yes. All right, hold on, Henry. Let me get back. All the technology. It's a killer. All right. So see, now I guess you could talk.
See, there you go. Now that's
there
it.
You
I
are.
just have to break out my guitar and we'll just do dueling guitars here, huh?
Well, yeah. And what we should do when we're doing the toilet thing, north and south, we should play dueling banjos.
Ooh,
the soundtrack from Deliverance.
That would be perfect.
What do you think, Joseph? I think Joseph should reach out to Dana.
Oh,
but I don't know if she's still here in the thread. Joseph should reach out to Dana, and they should write some scripts together.
Oh gosh, could you imagine
the heavy metal?
What a stick that would be. That would be fun.
Well, I think that'd be great.
Wow.
So that's what we empty. I hope.
Empty.
All right.
You see, it was better.
Oh, you know what? My mother-in-law told me something tonight. Did you know that because it's 2018, if you add the year you were born, and something else, everyone, it totals 2018.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what the hell was she saying? If you take your birthday...
And Ed, how old you are?
Yes. I think that was it. You can't see me pointing at the camera. Don't say anything. Now you can see me. Oh, Wayne's going to tell me I didn't clear the layer. Right? You can see me pointing at you now.
Yes.
I think that's what she said. So, the year you were born, yes, and how old you are. And everyone that does it, the answer will be 2018. And it only happens like every 1,000 years or something.
Wow.
So she told me.
That's impressive.
Almost as impressive as toilets going in different directions.
It's empty.
Think about it. Empty, yes, Joseph. They'll be empty. Or will they? I don't know. I might just got to tune in. You wait for tomorrow night. This clothesline thing I have in my mind, you're going to love.
Oh, boy.
Henry's like, what did I get into?
I can hardly.
He's like, get Matt on the phone.
Yeah.
Is it too late? Can he just go back to Mortal Up Radio? Did I really?
Oh.
Did I have jet lag when I invited him to come over to Transition Radio? Susan says yes. She thinks you had jet lag. All right. Well,
more than likely.
We should. Yeah.
Not enough drugs. Something.
Not enough drugs. Well, you know what we should do? In fairness, I should offer you like a 24-hour cooling off period, like a lemon law. Sure. Why not? If you go, yeah, try. You led me to believe you knew what you were doing. Old as dirt? No. Apparently not. Let me just say, in case Wirecast is watching.
Yes.
And Wayne.
Uh-huh.
He tells me to bring it. He's probably driving down to my house now to beat me up. Don't do a smell of vision yet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that reminds me of the 24-hour marathon where I almost showed my pee bottle. And Sue's texting me going, please don't hold up that bottle. Please don't hold up that bottle. Please don't hold up that bottle. So we'll figure it out. So if you'll come back on tomorrow night, Henry.
You got it.
I mean, it can't be that hard, right? I mean, Wirecast does this all the time. Let me just say, it's my fault. No one else's, right? Maybe Wayne will be nice to me. Gets here at 2 a.m. with a baseball bat. Well, right, it could happen, is all I'm saying.
Yes, it could. It could.
You never know. He's a big guy, too. Yeah. I don't think I'd answer the door. I don't think I would. There you go. All right, Henry, we're going to let you go. I'm afraid to let Henry go because it'll probably just bring down the whole house. People will go, Kelly will go, I don't know what happened. All the power went out. I was watching across the street. It went totally dark. What do you think?
I love it. This is actually going to be a ball. We are really.
I think it's going to be a blast. It is. All right, my friend, I will let you go. Sorry I kept you longer than I said I would.
Not a problem.
We will perfect this tomorrow for sure. And yes, there you go. Thank you very much, Henry. All right. I'll see you soon, brother.
You got it. If I
I'm
can help
waving.
tomorrow,
You can't see. Yeah. Well, yes, you can. Don't say anything. Hold on. I'm waving. Oh, what a moron. Okay. So don't let anybody call. I'm sure they're very nice people. Hey. All right, my brother. I'm going to let you go.
Right.
We will talk to you very soon.
you got it.
Thanks for everything.
All
All
right.
right.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. All right. So we will figure out. Let me see if I can go back here, clear this. Yeah. Oh, maybe should we add this maybe? There you go. We will figure out what went wrong with the audio. And but thank you also very much for letting us know what the scoop is. I don't know. I have no idea what all that means, but okay. So we'll figure it out. Oh, also, look, if you want to give us a call, well, we have a few minutes left. So if you can go 833-462-3968. 833-462-3968. If you want to give us a call, I'm going to switch my headphones real quick so I can hear you once again. All right. So, yeah, that's the other thing is that we're still trying to figure this out because I think, thank you very much, Joseph. I think it's going to be a tremendous benefit if we can hang out here in the thread and get as many people. Now, here's what they told us. Thank you, Joseph, very much. What they tell us at Wirecast, and it's my fault, not that no one else's but mine. Wayne says maybe that's tomorrow. Oh, Wayne, tomorrow. Tomorrow for the smell vision or tomorrow you're going to drive down here with a baseball bat? All right. So what we'd like to do is get to the point we have 8 people. 8 because technically we can have up to 8 video feeds. So if there's something you want to show us, if you go, I want to do my own toilet test, it could be any of those kind of things. We want to be able to do that. And tonight, thank you so much, Henry, for being like the crash test dummy, the guinea pig, the rodeo clown, the petri dish, right? To be able to see, hey, well, you know what? It would certainly help if you could turn off the air conditioner. Yeah, see, there's a lot of things to think about in the very beginning. All right. That should, oh, yes. See, now the audio's better. Too many moving parts. But what we hope to do is be able to get a bunch of different people here into the thread. And we'll do it all through what's called Rendezvous, which means I just send you an invite, your camera. Thank you, Henry, very much. I know you do. Henry says, I really appreciate all of your input, so keep it coming. Please send in the questions. Love the idea of Stump Henry. Great. I love that. So if you have particular questions, Janice, good evening. I hope you're back home safe and sound. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us here at All Natural Being. We've got a couple minutes left. 833-462-3968. 833-GO-BE-U. Tomorrow night, we're going to introduce open mic. So what we'll probably do is we'll have the Hanging with Henry segments. We'll have an open mic segment where that's just going to be where you can call in at that point and talk about anything that you want. And then we'll have one other segment. Now, here's another thing that we're kind of kicking around as we go to transitional radio. Pretty soon, we're still working with Guinness to iron out the details for the 81 to win, the 81-hour marathon coming up in December. We're still talking about that. But we're also talking about All Natural Being going to a 3-hour show. So right now, where there's the studio assistants to get all this under control. Boy, wouldn't that be nice. Joseph, what if segments? Yes. I'm waiting. But what we'll do is we could very shortly be moving to a 3-hour format. Now, knowing me, I think it's best if I say, okay, great, let's go to a 2-hour format for like a week, make sure that we can do it, and then we'll go to a 3-hour format. So what we're probably going to do is Sunday through Thursday nights, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and do a 3-hour format. And then we'll have different segments throughout that format. So it will go live to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitter. Obviously, if you have the Brian Brawdy app, it will also go live out on IPMNation.com, which is now, when we get there, now going to be transitional radio. IPMNation.com/live3 will be transitional radio. So we're working to kind of pull that all together and see if that's exactly what will be the best bet. Then Henry and I have been talking at length about, obviously Henry will have his own show. And in addition to Henry's show, we'll have a show where it's Henry and I. So, and maybe that show's an hour long, however long it turns to be, but it will be a show that Henry and I do together, and we talk about current events, right? A little kumbaya, a little more kick-ass, but kind of blending it so that anyone that calls in, we've got a couple different ends of a couple different spectrums. But what we'll be doing is taking live news from the day. Wait, you have an app? Thank you, David, very much. Yes, I do. If you go to brianbrawdy.com, right, brianbrawdy.com, I think right up at the top, you can see a little button that says download. If you have an Android phone, download the Android app. And I think by the end of the week, if not, we don't have it already, maybe, I don't know. Wayne would know, but we'll have an iPhone, an iPad app as well. So if you get a chance, brianbrawdy.com. How's that for a shameless plug? brianbrawdy.com. And I think up towards the top of the page, right-hand button, there's an Android app. A little button, you download the instructions. Can we get into the no-no subjects? Yes, we can. And I think that should be maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow night, Henry, when we work to figure out why the audio is giving us some hiccups. But maybe what we'll do is have it where there's no holds barred. Nothing's taboo, right? And then because I think a lot of the different times we say, we want the show to be this or that. And then this is the greatest time in the history of the world to be alive. Look at all the stuff going on. iOS rules. Thank you, David, very much. Then we should, if we don't have it now, Wayne, if you're still in the thread, if you could give us an idea. I know we're working on it. The techs are all working on it. But yes, we have an app. And so, Wayne, if you know for sure, and you could throw it up in the thread, that would be great. But, and David, let me say, since you're on as well, I thank you so much for all the years, all the things, because David's been a radio host for a long time. He's a really sharp guy, really smart guy. So thank you for all the times that you had me on your show way back when. And then also for all the critique, all the different things that you've suggested and told me. Most of everything that we did, so much tech, I know, right? The things that we did to be able to get the show up and on the air and have it sound, not content, right? Because it's, who am I kidding? But, in terms of the production quality, I learned quite a bit from David Ray Bowman. Let me say this as a disclaimer. The good stuff I learned from David Ray. The stuff that gets screwed up, I do that all on my own, just for the record. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Thank you so very much. I know it's Sunday night. There's all kinds of cool things you could have done. My apologies to Henry that we didn't get the audio. But you know what it is? There's one, just like this in life, there's one little button, one little doodad that I'll either check or uncheck, and everything will be fine. It's not going to be anything major. It's not a major overhaul. So in the closing minutes, let me ask you, is there anything in your life, one little tweak that you could make? I seem to think that tweak should be putting your heart's highest priority top of your list, putting your primal scream front and center where it belongs. Won't be a major, one little tweak. And you call Wirecast and they'll go, well, did you check this box? No. Well, why not? Great question. But then what's going on in your life where you go, one little tweak, one little thing, right? Doesn't have to be, I'll wait for New Year's Eve and have all these resolutions, or I'll do this, or one little tweak. And what if that tweak, for 20 minutes, 1/72 of your day, is putting your heart's highest priority top of your list? Post your phone number, 833-462-3968. You know what I'll do? Love the show. Alice, thank you so very much. And I super appreciate that. We'll go ahead and post the number. And then also, let me do this as we get ready to go off air. Matter of fact, I'll leave that number up as we go off air. So for tomorrow night, Alice, if you have a chance to call in, we'd love to hang with you. Joseph, if you have a chance, here's the phone number now up in the thread. And as I promised Matt, we try to cut out right at the 9 o'clock hour. So thank you so very much. Take this from me. One little tweak is going to make this all go away. It's going to work flawlessly. What is that one little tweak in your life? What's the one little thing that you could do to guarantee putting your heart's highest priority top of your list? Never be owned. Never be owned. Maybe that's the tweak. When we talked about before about exiting existence as we know it, maybe that's the tweak. Doesn't have to be anything major. Could be something small. Have an absolutely fantastic evening.
IPMNation.com.